I'm Jenny Clary and I'm your transformational nutrition coach, and today's video is about how to deal with people and the big secret with dealing with them. And I'm going to be doing this through a book. I'm not going to be just sharing my knowledge, like I'm showing you How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm kind of doing Ty Lopez's challenge, a book a day. You can read about it in the YouTube links below and find out more about it in the links below. So today's nuggets that I got was from chapter 2 of this book, and it's called The Big Secret of Dealing with People. So before you hear some of the things I'm going to say as nuggets, when I was reading this, I knew some of these things already. So instead of me going into my ego self and being like, yeah, I already know that, blah, 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 next. I try to listen to from his point of view, and I definitely learned a lot of stuff. So I'm going to pick some of the stories that really resonated to me to want to really be in action with these informations that I already know. So what's the information, right? So there is only one way under high heaven to get anybody to do anything. Yes, just one way, and that is by making the other person want to do it. Okay, that totally makes sense. I already know that. And the only way I can get you to do anything is by giving you what you want. So what do you want? Sigmund Freud said that everything you and I do springs from two motives. The sex urge, or two, the desire to be great. And this is the one we're going to be focusing on, the desire to be great. And it's really cool because we can list it as different things, but it's still the root and the core of it is to be great. So Dr. Dewey said that the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important. So that's another way of explaining it, the desire to be important, the desire to be great. Another one is just to be appreciated, or what we learn at ITN at our school is to be seen, heard, or matter. This is all the same thing. We want to feel like we're great, we're important, and we're appreciated, we're seen, heard, and matter. This is all the same thing. So do we really use that information when we are dealing with people? Not always. I can definitely raise my hand. I try to, but most of the time my ego gets in the way, my fears get in the way, and I don't really do that. So that's the nugget that I kind of already knew, but here are two stories that he shares that kind of make it pretty amazing. So here's the first one, and it's about insanity, okay? So what is the cause of insanity? If you're going to follow me on page 21. Nobody can answer such a sweeping question, right? So in fact, half of insanity is caused by injury or toxins or alcohol and blah, 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 blah. But he tells us the other half, and this is the appalling part of the story, the other half of the people who go insane apparently have nothing organically wrong with their brain cells. So why do these people go insane? He was so curious. So then he was like, I put that question to the head physician of one of our most important psychiatric hospitals. This doctor, who has received the highest honors and the most coveted awards from his knowledge of this subject, told me frankly that he didn't know why people went insane. How cool is that? He was like, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody knows for sure. But this is the very important part to listen. But he did say that many people who go insane find in insanity a feeling of importance that they weren't able to achieve in the world of reality. I'm going to repeat that again. The many people who go insane find in insanity a feeling of importance that they were unable to achieve in the world of reality. That's crazy. So true and so makes sense though. I really, really get it and really understand it. Like, how many times have you gone to La La Land? Like, I've done it. I've definitely done it. I'm like, I don't like this real world. I'm gonna go to my La La Land and be happy because I matter and I'm important there, right? totally get it. So he gives a story about this, right? I have a patient right now whose marriage proved to be a tragedy. She wanted love, sexual gratification, children, and social prestige, but life blasted all of her hopes. Her husband didn't love her. He refused even to eat with her and forced her to serve his meals in his room upstairs. She has no children, no social standing. She went insane. And in her imagination, she divorced her husband and she resumed her maiden name. She now believes she is married into English heritage, and she insists on being called Lady Smith. And as for children, she imagines now that she has a new child every night. Every time I call on her, she says, "Doctor, I had a baby last night." So I'm laughing because that was my English accent, not because of the story. But how many people feel this like right now? There's so many people who can relate to this, or who has been in relationships where they felt like they didn't matter and they weren't getting the appreciation that they deserved. And I mean, I've been in relationships that were like that, you know? And so it was really interesting because Dale was like, "That's so tragic, man." And then the doctor was actually like, "Oh, I don't know. If I could stretch out my hand and restore her sanity, I wouldn't do it. She's much happier as she is right now." And a lot of times we try to fix insane people, but they're actually really happy because they're not getting it in the reality world, right? And this is what is so key in this paragraph that I'm about to write to you right now that hit me as a big, big, big nugget. If some people are so hungry for a feeling of importance that they actually go insane to get it, imagine what miracle you and I can achieve by giving people honest appreciation this side of insanity. Love that, okay? So imagine what we can do in this world if we started giving people honest appreciation. And this was my big gold nugget in this book. And to continue on with that same thing, he gives this story about Charles Schwab and why he became the most paid person in his time, right? And he said, you know, this is Charles Schwab speaking. He's like, "I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among my people the greatest asset I possess. And the way to develop the best thing that is in a person is by appreciation and encouragement. There is nothing else that so kills the ambitions of a person as criticism from superiors. I never criticize anyone." Once again, I never criticize anyone. "I believe in giving a person incentive to work. So I am anxious to praise, but loath to find fault. If I like anything, I am hearty in my approbation and lavish in my praise." And this is what Schwab did. And Dale continues and says, "But what do average people do? The exact opposite. If we don't like a thing, they bawl out their subordinates. And if they do like it, they don't say nothing." And this totally hit me because how many times do we do that, right? Like, just as Dale called out on us, like, we don't say anything, we don't appreciate people, and then we criticize like there's no tomorrow. And I am a huge, this is like a big thing for me. So my new thing, if Charles Schwab says, "I never criticize anyone," and that he is anxious to praise but loath to find fault. Like, that is going to be my new thing. So I hope it will be for you too. And to end with it, Dale shares with him one of his things that he was like, hurting people not only does not change them, it is never called for. And there is an old saying that I have cut out and pasted on my mirror where I cannot help but see it every day. And this is it. I shall pass this way but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. How beautifully said is that? A lot of times we think, I'm going to see my mom again, whatever. I don't need to say nice things to her right now. I can say it later. And it's so not true. Let's not pass this way again without showing kindness to people. Anyways, so the principle of number 2, if you don't see it, give honest and sincere appreciation. That's my nugget for you. That was my huge nugget for me that I needed to hear today. And I just wanted to share some of those examples that might help you propel forward in doing that. So I would love to hear what you thought about this video. If you thought these were good insights that Dale gave about why we should appreciate so much more in our life and how we will be blessed by it because of it. And what action steps are you going to do today? Are you going to be more conscious throughout your day and try to give out a compliment, a sign of appreciation of something you do, instead of our typical way of just not saying anything at all? I'm definitely going to be doing that, so I challenge you as well. Please like this video if you like this. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to subscribe and learn more about my book club and how, in essence, it goes in with my fulfilled lifestyle, right? Through mind, body, and spirit. And if you want to learn more, definitely subscribe to that. And I always before I jump to that, if you have any questions, of course, you can always leave them down in the comments below, or you can email me at connect@jennyclary.net. And as always, I like to end my videos by saying that you guys are superstars and I totally appreciate you, and I hope you will start to appreciate yourself and don't let the cray-crayness of what everyone says or does. It's so not true. They are tripping. They are dealing with their own stuff. So start loving yourself. Start saying like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm a superstar, because you are. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.